How can I earn lots of money? And more importantly, how can I help you be able to earn lots of money and to be able to grow your business, only working a handful of hours per day, and really importantly, have time to, have time to do have time to live a life. Right now, I want to show you behind the scenes training of what it is that I do so that even just one single client can pay me $250,000, or can happily pay me $250,000 per year, not including profit share, which means it's a hell of a lot more based on performance, because I like to work on performance base, and how you're going to be able to implement the exact same strategies that I use in the businesses that I partner with so that you can grow your business as well. Because let's be perfectly honest right now, the biggest problems you're going to be facing is, one, business coaches out there that are especially running a group coaching model aren't able to give you the time, the experience, aren't able to give you the actual nuances, the individualization, the personalization, the support that you actually need to be able to grow your business faster. Because if they did, you wouldn't be watching this video right now. Second biggest problem that you have is you're probably in the wrong model. You're probably actually not doing the right things, especially when it comes to how you actually deliver, how you actually acquire clients, and how you're actually operating your business at the end of the day as well. And once we tweak these three things, and you'll see that because I'll show you in this training right now how to be able to do that. The other big problem is, well, this one I think is everyone, because I was living in this for so long, is you're probably working super goddamn hard. You're doing a ton of different things, but you're not seeing your business grow week to week, month to month, quarter to quarter, putting more money into your back pocket, making sure that the business is actually growing whilst you do the work that you love, so that we can do that thing called life. And also the big problem that you can face is that your business isn't able to run without you being able to be there. You're the dancing bear right now, and if you stop dancing, the business stops growing. And that's not really a business at the end of the day. We want to be able to build something, well, if you want to be able to build something where you can actually have that time off, or at least really step back, have a little bit of ease, maybe even take a deep breath and relax because your business is doing what it needs to do, then I want you to stick with me through this training, because here is the actual truth of it. I got nothing to sell you. I'm not taking on any more clients. I don't do the whole $2,000 a month business coaching thing. I've given all that away. What I've got for you today is the stuff that I know because I see on a day-to-day basis working in multiple high-level online businesses right now. So if you want to be able to stick with me, I've got two key models I want to be able to share with you. Number one, I'm going to be sharing with you with something that I have a miraculous drawing about that I call the 8 profit chain. Secondly, I'm going to show you the one key marketing asset and what the actual 6 elements are to every business that needs to be able to operating super successfully. But before we get started into this, how this actually came about, because I had the idea yesterday. I was talking with a friend and mentor, Taki Moore. He was standing just here, and we were talking about the concept of a lifestyle empire. Now, so many people think that when it comes to building an online business, so many people want to be able to build a lifestyle business. And typically that's like, I want to earn 10, 20, maybe $50,000 a year, $50,000 a month. And they want to be able to kind of live a happy lifestyle. But the problem is so much of that time is they're really in that dancing bear scenario. Or somebody wants to be able to build an empire, and so many people feel that building an empire, being able to earn millions of dollars, building something quite substantial means that they have to make so many sacrifices that they can't have that high quality lifestyle. And we were talking about, no, we don't need to make that compromise. You can build a lifestyle empire, just like what my intention is doing for myself and for my family. Because I've got to be perfectly honest, I don't want to be working around the clock all the time. I want to be really effective, and I want to be able to earn the money that gives me the life that gives me and my family what it is that we want at the end of the day. I have 4 daughters, currently aged 9, 6, nearly 4 tomorrow, and 16 months. I have a wife that I want to be able to have miraculous lovemaking and laughs with, hopefully not in that order as well. And I want to be in great physical shape. I want to spend time with great friends and colleagues and learning great things. And I want to experience life outside of just the business stuff. So if you want stuff like that too, stick with me, because I want to be able to actually break that apart whilst we start with what I feel like is the best 8 circles you'll ever see drawn. So what does this actually look like? This is really important. Again, get rid of any distractions. You're going to want to be able to pick up what I'm putting down for you right now. The first process that we look at is lead generation. Now, every one of these circles is actually a KPI and a metric inside of your business. The next is lead nurture. Lead nurture. Then we have qualify. Then we have sell. And then experience. I'm going to explain all of these for you in just a second, so chill out. Hold your horses. Experience. Then we've got 3 more, which is results, systems, and team. Oops, team. Now, when we put these together, what we have is a really simple process to be able to understand. Now, if I was to come into your business, when I go into my partnered businesses, one of the first exercises I do is I draw these 8 crappy circles and I start to find out a diagnosis of what is actually going on in each of these. Now, if you do not have a KPI, a metric that you are tracking inside of your business for each 8 of these things, homework for you, do it, because this is really goddamn important. Now, the reason why so many businesses fail, or at least are really slow at being able to grow, is because they don't have these 8 processes. Because what happens is we want to be able to look at lead generation. We go, all right, with lead gen right now, what we want is we want a process and a system that we know is working, that is getting people that don't know us to know us. Then after that, we want lead nurture. We want to be able to actually nurture relationships with leads, but really importantly, we want to be able to do something that is bridging the gap. This is where so many businesses are stuck. They're going from lead gen and they're trying to go into the sales process. We don't want to do that. We need to have in our process a system that takes it one step to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. You get the point where I'm going at, all the way through. And because what we happen is once we actually start to qualify people, because let's be perfectly honest, you probably don't want to work with absolutely everyone. You want to work with those A-grade clients. You don't want those energy vampires. You want the people that you love to wake up with, where you kick your legs out of bed every single day, looking forward to actually giving them what it is that you've promised them at the end of the day. Next after that, we want to actually be able to sell. We want a high converting offer and we want a high converting sales system to be able to charge what it is that you want. Now, these last 4, now it's typically, and I'll show you in the next model that I'm going to draw out for you in a very, very beautiful way, is we actually change gears into this. And what we do is now we start looking at the back end of the business. So experience, when it comes to your clients and staying on board happily for the long term, so you have a high lifetime value of each client, there's 2 parts to that. And that is experience and results. 1, are your clients getting an amazing experience? They feel like they're supported and they're a part of a community and they're getting that tender loving care that gives them that warm feels. And then also the results, because a lot of coaches and consultants are going wrong because they don't have these 2 together. They might be getting great results, but if they're not communicating, they're not feeling the tender loving care, then you can have a high drop-off rate, a high churn. We want to be able to solve both of those. And then when it comes to the actual business side of things, do we have systems inside of the business so that it's actually operating and it is a predictable fashion for you to be able to get leads, turn leads into clients, and to be able to deliver them results? And do we have the team on board for what it is that you need to be able to do? Now, for me, and this is like an important point, I only have 3 team members, all actually part-time as well. I have someone that is an executive assistant, I have a content person, and I have a tech person that takes care of the tech stuff, because as you can see, when it comes to some stuff like drawing and other tech, I'm woeful at it. And so I find that interesting because you don't need to be super techie and savvy to be able to have this stuff working. But that's a discussion for another day. So when you look at this right now, I want to ask you, do you have each of these? Now, one of the easiest things that you can do right now is to give yourself a traffic light system. You could be like lead generation. You could be like, oh, I'm okay with lead generation right now. Lead nurture. Are you actually able to get people from a, hey, I'm in your world, into the actual sales process? You'd be like, oh, I'm not doing that great. And you'd be like, okay, that's cool. Give yourself a red right now. You could be qualified. Are you good at qualifying people throughout the process? You'd be like, oh, all right, Chris, I might be all right at it. And be like, all right, I'll give myself an orange right there. Selling, if I put someone in front of you that is a qualified client, you'd be like, yeah, actually, you know what? I feel really confident. I can sell people into this. Great. You're able to actually sell really well. Are you giving people a great experience? You'd be like, yeah, I'm giving people a great experience. They're feeling really loved, but maybe they're not getting the best results. They're not getting the fastest, easiest results. And that's why clients aren't staying with you for a really, really long time. So you might be like, okay, I might give myself an orange right now. Then when it comes to your business, do you have actual SOPs and systems for your business and for your team members to be able to run? You'd be like, oh, you know what? No, I might not. And then when it comes to the team, I was like, do you love everyone that's in your team? From the point of view that do you actually have team members that you want and adore them to be a part of, and they're highly effective at their roles? And you might be like, oh, okay, Chris, I've got a little bit, but it needs improvement as well. We just look at this traffic light system and you've got this process right now. Now we know what to start working with. This is the exact same process that I go through with every single partner, then being able to diagnose. And from here, what we do is we actually look at the playbooks and we go, right, what's the key constraint? And then what's the playbook to be able to insert? So if let's say you need more leads, I know the exact playbook to be able to insert bolt on into your business so that you can actually start growing from there. Now, really importantly, there's one more model I want to share with you. Now, this is the one marketing asset that I use to be able to sign on clients right now. I'll actually pop a link below so you can check it out for yourself. Please don't copy paste it. Like, actually, just don't be a douchebag. If you're going to use it, put it into your own flavor, but happily go run for it. Now, there are two important things I want you to take from this right now. Number one, how does it actually work? Now, the way that I work with my clients is I work on a cadence that best suits them and best suits them to be able to grow their business really quickly. We have a kickoff, then every 90 days, we have a clear project plan. We know exactly what it is that we need to do every 90 days, and then we have a clear 12-month map of what it is that we want to do and go, right, where do we want to be able to take the business? What are the actual problems that we're facing? What are the opportunities that we want to be able to take on board as well? Now, the second part of this is what is it that I actually do for a client? Because you're probably asking yourself at the start of this, all right, someone's paying you $250,000 plus per year. What the hell are you doing to be able to earn that much amount of money from just one client? I would have said the exact same thing. However, it's really simple. I break it down into three key elements, and that is an executive coach function, an operational consultant function, and an influential chairman function. Those three things are typically the most biggest missing pieces inside of a business, so that there is the support, there is the actual nuances covered, so that there is the actual strategies getting implemented on a week-to-week basis inside of the business. Now, this comes to the last part of what I want you to really be able to pick up from. There are 6 elements in your business, and this is the process. These are the strategies that I'd be able to run through right now. And so I want you to be able to pick up, because each 6 of these break down into 3 actual key playbooks, okay? Now, what it is, first one, so let's do a bit of a role play right now. Let's say I come into your business right now, we're sitting down at lunch, I've got a coffee, you've got a favorite drink that you've got, and then we go, right, we've got 30 minutes right now. What is it that we're going to do to make sure that you walk away knowing what it is that you need to do to grow your business? Cool? Now, let's do that together right now, but we're going to probably do it in just a couple of minutes. One is we're going to look at how do we increase the lifetime value of your clients? How do we increase the amount that they pay per transaction? How do we increase the amount of transactions that they actually make? So let's say clients might be coming on board for 3 months or 12 months, but how do we actually get them on board for 36 months? Literally a conversation that I had with a partner yesterday, getting them to be able to sign on 36-month contracts, right? Which means the lifetime value of a client is so much higher. And guess what? That's all profit compared to what they were doing before, because they're not having to pay for a new client. Thirdly is increase the frequency of transactions, which could also be, are there other things that we can add on into your offer so that we're solving other problems inside of your business? Two, decrease cost per acquisition. So we optimize your lead generation funnel, we maximize your sales pipeline, and we ensure that you've got a high converting offer, making sure that the company cost to get someone on board for your business is actually low. The third is we increase the acquisition scale. Really simply spoken is, are we able to make sure that we are able to sell more clients on a per week basis inside of your business and there not be any kind of broken processes. The fourth is the systemizing the delivery. So we look at how you're actually able to deliver to your clients so it gets them the best possible results and it fits the way you want your business to operate. Then we look at the actual speed to result of what's going on. So how do you get your clients the best possible results and ensure that they have the best experience? And then we look at reducing your operational drag. So we want to be able to understand what's going on in your business and how you serve your clients, and then making sure that there is the easiest way for that to be able to get done. So it's more profitable for your business and it's easier for you to be able to do it, for you to help more people as well. Now, then it comes to more of the back end side of things, which is your clockwork process. So your company operating system, your culture and cadence, and your reporting and tracking. If you don't have these three things in place, you're probably pulling your hair out on a week to week basis and you don't really know what's going on. You don't really know what's working. You don't really know what's broken, and you're kind of flying by the seat of your pants. And then really importantly, the founder flow side of things. And when it comes to founder flow, I find it's really important when I come into a business, I look at the founder, I look at the CEO, I look at the head honcho, and I want to make sure they're doing three things. One, they're in their zone of genius. They're not doing things that they shouldn't be doing. They're not wasting their time. Two, they have their ideal week set up. Do you know exactly when you should be doing the tasks that are your most leveraged tasks? And do you then apply that same process to your team members so they become so much more profitable per team member inside of your business? And then meaning making. I see far too many entrepreneurs suffer from a lack of meaning in their life because they feel like it should be coming from their business, and that's not where we get all of our meaning, and it definitely should not be where we get all of our meaning as well. But do you actually enjoy the work that you're doing and you see that you're actually doing good in the world from what it is that your business is doing? Because yes, it 100% should be able to give you the money that you want, and it should have you doing the work that you really love to help the people that you really want to be able to help as well. And this is the process. So when you increase lifetime value, when you decrease cost per acquisition, when you increase your acquisition scale, when you systemize your delivery, when you have clockwork operations in place, and then you are in founder flow, then would you agree that your business can grow so much goddamn faster than what it is right now? Because if it is, that's the exact same process. So in a nutshell right now, because the only call to action you're going to get from me right now is I want you to apply this. Don't just click off to something else. Don't just waste your time. Actually do this. Put this rubber to road scenario. I want you to look at and go, right, when it comes to this process, have you gone through, do you have the 8 profit chains in place? And then secondly, do you have these 6 elements in place so you know what it is that you need to be able to work on? Because if you don't, then you need to find the solution so that you do have those 8 profit chains in place and you are ensuring that those 6 elements are working for you. Because if you do, that is the winning formula. That is what I've been able to piece together to know this is the winning formula. This is actually the recipe for a successful business that you can have. The only thing is, you've just got to be able to follow through it as well. So I hope this has been really, really helpful. I hope that you have been able to get out of this. If it's by sending me an email, by getting in contact with me some way, if it's by putting a written note in a carrier pigeon and sending it to me, then let me know that this has been helpful, or if you have any other questions as well. Hopefully, because you are seeing this as well, you are on my VIP email list. So I'll keep you up to date when new episodes come out because I want to be able to share this. But more importantly, if anything really specific has sparked up, if there's been a question that's really been ignited in you, reach out to me. I'd love to be able to answer that, solve that, and give you the solution to that as well. But overall, I appreciate you. I respect you being on the journey for you being able to grow your business. And I want you to win. I truly, truly want you to win because that's why we're here. I'm a big believer that a rising tide lifts all ships. We've got to help each other. this isn't a solo thing. This is a team sport that we're playing, and I want us to enjoy this game as we go through it as well. So enjoy. This is 20 minutes, absolutely on the dot. A little bit longer than I thought of, but I know this has been helpful. We'll chat soon.